So are bodyweight exercise alone enough to build a great physique or strength, athleticism, etc.? Well, it depends on your goals. If your goal is to, just have a, okay physique and stuff like that, then it's actually really okay to do just bodyweight exercise. But if your goal is to be like a bodybuilder type, well, I believe that you at that point need some weight training also. The bodyweight exercise have great applications in terms of, athleticism and full body control, balance, full body rigidity, strength, etc. And they're great conditioning tools also for, big groups at outside and, in terms of, group sports, soccer, etc. They're extremely valuable tools in that sense because you don't need any equipment, you can do them pretty much anywhere. With big groups, they are really easy to, formulate. So bodyweight exercise in general are extremely good. So I'm not, because I'm going to go forward with this video and, tell you that they are maybe not enough in most cases, but in some cases they can be all you really need. Because most people are not really after the extremely muscular look or anything like that. They just want to be, lean, happy, healthy, and get some strength and etc. So in that situation, actually, bodyweight exercise can be all you really need. But the problems with bodyweight exercise are also quite many. And the first one that comes to mind is the problem with the progression scheme. Because, for example, if you are trying to progress with the muscle up, the hardest part is when you are doing the pull-up part and you are trying to get into the deep part. And there is very few ways for you to train that part actually. You just have to, do chest to bar pull-ups and explosive pull-ups and etc. But there are, when you're training weights, the progression scheme is always really easy because you just add, even 1.25 pounds to the bar. You can add so little increments at every day that the progressions are extremely easy and simple. But with the bodyweight exercise, doing that is extremely hard because the progressions, they are really bumpy. They are not, smooth sailing up. They are more like this. And that is the reason they are, harder to progress and program in general because they are so vague. There are, these ghost zones between the exercise which are really vague and hard to, train. So that is a problem. There's also the problem with, injuries. If you manage to injure yourself with some kind of exercise. Oh, my microphone is moving. Anyway, if you manage to injure yourself with some kind of exercise, it's really hard to do, bodyweight exercise when you have even the tiniest of the injury. Because most of the bodyweight exercises they involve so much muscle mass in your body that it's really hard to perform them even with the slight injury. And with weights, you can always, work around injuries with isolation exercise and, even work the injuries themselves, in a rehab sense. But with bodyweight exercise, even if your little toe is little hurt, it's really hard to do many of the exercise. Although the upper body exercise would be pretty easy at that point, but anyway, you get the point. And what else? Yeah, the muscle building problem, especially with, lower body. Because your lower body is such a strong group of muscles, it's really hard to give them enough resistance with the bodyweight exercises to actually build big legs or build strong lower body, etc. Of course, there are the, hill sprints and pistol squats and Nordic curls and tower leg curls and etc., which are really great exercises, but in general, bodyweight exercises just don't have the same capacity for pure strength and muscle mass like the weight training counterparts have, like the squat, deadlifts, and etc. So in that sense they are lacking also. But like I said in the beginning of the video, they are really great for a person who just wants to, get that six-pack and be lean, mean, killing machine, In that sense, they are extremely useful, and you don't really need to go to the gym at that point if you don't want to. But I believe that it is best to, combine these two. And when you combine those two, well, that is the highway to cool movements, lots of muscle mass and strength and gains and all that fun stuff. And I have to mention couple of my favorite bodyweight exercises. The pull-up, of course, the king of all back exercises. You all know that movement. I just love it. And all the best backs in the bodybuilding world has been built with pull-ups also, and everyone loves pull-ups and you should do them. And the second one is the push-up. That is pretty self-explanatory because everyone knows the push-up. It's been pretty much every person on this planet has done at least one push-up. That cannot be said from many of the other exercises. It's not, really that overhyped at all. It's extremely good exercise for many reasons, and you should do them. And then are the handstands also. The handstand is maybe a surprise to most people. But in my opinion, it's a really great exercise in the terms because it builds coordination, balance, and you learn how to keep your whole body as a one stable unit. Because if even one part of your body is not rigid when you are doing it, you are going to collapse instantly. So these are the reasons why I really love the handstands. And I have to also mention again the hill sprints. They have been used by NFL legends, they have been used by power and conditioning legends, and pretty much every elite trainer who knows their shit are really into hill sprints because they are just awesome. They are brutal and hard to do when done correctly, but they build your ass, they build power, they build strength, they build muscle, they build endurance, they build cardio, they build everything when done correctly. You can do them with longer rest intervals, shorter rest intervals, do them twice a week, once a week. There are so many ways to do them, and they are just simple, brutal, and it's really hard to injure yourself with them if you do them correctly. And doing them correctly means, that you do them in a place that is safe to do them, so that there are, you don't break your ankle and etc. So that it's a flat surface and a steep hill. Because if it's a steep hill and flat surface, you don't break your ankles. Because of the steepness, it limits your speed. So you can't go that fast if it's pretty steep. And when it's flat, you are not going to break your ankle and cause injuries and that kind of stuff. So I hope this was helpful, and I encourage you to use the bodyweight exercise in your own program and explore this topic further. Thanks, bye bye.